Hear a little commotion for the vinyl record wall. I did country themed, and I'm really proud of the Hank Williams and Hank Williams Jr. with his dad in the background balancing each other out. With that being said, I am Rin, and what a perfect introduction to the vinyl community on YouTube I can do than by doing Edwin the Pretty Green Vinyl Guys 2025 Vinyl Test. Question: best album of 2024, new or used, you picked up? I have to go with Johnny Taylor's Tailored in Silk. My local used game, movies, books, CDs store normally doesn't take a chance on stuff like Johnny Taylor. So when I found him used, had to get it. Shout out to Dan Aykroyd as Elwood from the Blues Brothers, doing his radio show, The Bluesmobile, for introducing me to Johnny Taylor. It's 50 years later. 50 years ago was 1974. What is the best album? Grand Funk Shine On. Absolutely love this. It's my go-to for when I had my friend over to introduce him to my collection. Since he also collects records, I put on Grand Funk. I went through a huge Grand Funk phase in high school. An album that defines a genre. This was hard because I really don't know what defines a genre, but when I think folk rock, I think Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I had to go with CSN. So many great songs on this. And side note, this is a first pressing because the picture on the cover is glued on. That's a first pressing only thing. But this one, I think, defines folk rock for me. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. CSN. A band from your home country. Well, I live in the United States of America. That's very big and broad. So I'm going from my state. I live in Illinois. So I had to go with one of my favorites, Styx's Kilroy Was Here. I live in Southern Illinois, and they performed in Chicago. 5-hour drive from me. But Kilroy Was Here is one of my favorite Styx albums. Styx has to be my answer. An artist you miss dearly. Lou Reed. And this one is Transformers, the Record Store Day Essential release on white vinyl. I absolutely love Velvet Underground, Andy Warhol, and Lou Reed. I love everything Lou Reed. Well, except for that album that he did with Metallica. Not a fan of it, but you are surely missed in my world, Lou Reed. Walk on the Wild Side is my favorite song. Best live album. Willie and Family Live. Whiskey River is on there, which is one of my absolute favorite songs of his, along with Mama's Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. Great album. It's currently what's on my record turntable right now. You've Just Been Dumped. What are you playing to get through that heartbreak? Patsy Cline. This one here has I Fall to Pieces, She's Got You, Faded, Why Can't You Be You, You're Stronger Than Me. All of her best sad heartbreak songs. Best sounding drums on an album. Against Me's Transgender Dysphoria Blues. I actually got to hear some of this album live when they went on tour in 2017. Was front row barricade for that show, so I can attest firsthand how amazing the drums are on Transgender Dysphoria Blues. Favorite artist in 2 or more bands. Jerry Harrison from the Talking Heads and from the Modern Lovers. I love Jerry Harrison so much. Gotta go with Jerry Harrison, the Talking Heads, and the Modern Lovers. Am I more Beatles or Stones? I do like both, but I was very much insufferable Beatles fan when I was in middle school. So Beatles, and we're going with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which is one of the albums that helped me get into my insufferable Beatles phase. You find a bag of weed. What album are you playing? I think twofold here. I think this would be funny to go with Willie Nelson's Stardust. Willie Nelson is a big supporter of weed, and what better thing to do than to go funny and him doing his own covers of pop American standards. Album of the 1980s. What am I still listening to from the 1980s? Well, I wasn't alive in the 1980s. I was born in 96. But an album from 1980s that I do absolutely love has to be, this is from 1981, Simon and Garfunkel. This is one of the greatest hits. One's got, Sound of Silence, I Am a Rock, all that on there. Do I have an artist whose political views have soured me on them? Well, I don't own any Runaways, but Sherry from the Runaways, every time I hear the Runaways, I feel so disappointed. Like, what do you mean the year of our Lord? The 2020s. You are MAGA, QAnon, anti-trans. What are you doing? What? I just think there needs to be a case study done on artists who have broken barriers like that, who now go on to be very conservative. Like, what is the deal? What happened there? Do I have a favorite record label? I'm going with, you can see that is Bearsville. These are Sparks' two releases on Bearsville. Todd Rundgren was also on Bearsville. Short run label, but produced several great albums. Three great singles. We're sticking with Sparks. And we're going with Do the Saxons with Violins, which had Now They Own the BBC, When I Get to Sing My Way, When I Kiss You, I Hear Charlie Parker Playing. I think I have all of Sparks' albums. They're all great. Had the best singles. Had the best all-around track listing. Near and dear to my heart. Do I have any record store day purchases that I still listen to? Well, a lot of my Sparks are record day first releases, then into like wider re-releases of their discography. And one I got for 2024 record store day is Sparks's Number One in Heaven. Celebrated its 40th anniversary last year. And also, side note, this came with the Sparks written and produced album Noel's Is There More to Life Than Dancing? I could be reincarnated. If I could be reincarnated as any artist, dead or alive, who am I choosing? Weird Al. He seems like he's had the most, fun career. Gets to make silly songs. Hasn't, for the most part, as we know, anything super tragic happened. A lot of the other artists I was thinking of, I'm like, oh, you got into drugs, drinking, whatever. But he just seems like he's just enjoying life. Got a nice marriage. Lovely kid. I think she's grown now, I think. Well respected. Can't get any better than Weird Al. Best 3 lines. It says 3. I can remember 2 lines from this song. That's what came to mind when I saw this question. From John Baptiste. Freedom. When I move my body, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. An album I will never get sick of. Not just when I play this record, but this record is super popular on the radio right now. Got a lot of singles out. Every time it comes on, I'm never tired of it. Has to be Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet on this beautiful blue marbling. I don't know if that shows up, but anytime any song from Short and Sweet comes on the radio at work, I love it as much as I did the first time I heard Short and Sweet. Lastly, favorite vinyl community channels. I'm very new to the vinyl community on YouTube. I'm mainly on TikTok, but two that come to mind right now that I'm absolutely loving. First off, The Joy of Vinyl Records. I may not know a lot about the technical side of equipment when it comes to being an enjoyer of records, but I absolutely love his reviews. And then Robert Fithen, I discovered him from his review of the latest box set of Beatles records and learned he's local to me. We both go to the same record store, and I absolutely enjoy. He's doing a countdown of 140 albums from 1991. His ranking, 140 albums. I've been really enjoying every bit of that, even though I don't know most of the albums in his ranking. But those are my two channels I'm shouting out. Thank you, Edwin, the pretty green vinyl guy, for taking on the task of coming up with this year's Final Tag questions. And I've been Rin, and as always, more people said, don't forget to be awesome.